Wow, I just woke up and I have these lines on my face. Oh, welcome to load shedding. Hi guys. Hey guys, it's still load shedding. The previous video was at 6 this morning. It's now 7. Power's coming back on at 8:30, so I'm heading back to sleep. Hey guys, it is officially morning. Yeah, it's still load shedding. So literally in natural lighting. For those of you who are lucky enough not to live in South Africa, load shedding basically is where our company that provides the electricity to South Africa, known as Eskom, it's a sensitive name for us. I mean, you could be lucky, and why am I saying lucky? Having load shedding isn't lucky, but if you are somewhat lucky, you would have load shedding for at least an hour. Even if it's 2 times a day, 3 times, if you have it for an hour, it's not that bad. But lately we've been having stage 5. Give or take 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and stage 6, about 4.5 hours. It's been interesting. And I want to actually go into doing some streaming. I'm going to be streaming some games. So you can imagine when you want to stream a game and you have load shedding for 4.5 hours. How does that feel? But anyways, I digress. Basically, yeah, we've been having load shedding a lot lately. And that is why you will see the beginning of this video. It's quite dark, and this is funny because it's only an hour apart. The first one was at 6, second one 7, and it's currently 8. Major difference, I know, but then again, I also just opened my curtains, so let's get into the point of the video. So when I tell you, yeah, it was that chaotic. When I tell you how crazy it was dealing with my learner's license, learner's test for my learner's license, it was a crazy day. Let me tell you. Basically, for those who haven't gotten their learner's license yet and you have to still go for your test, what happens is when you go apply, make sure to have your ID with you. If you're under 18, please have your parent with you. I am luckily over 18, so I didn't have to have my parent with me, and they wouldn't even let her in the building. Let the lady sit. Why can't I? At least she could sit in a car. Let's not get mad, because these people, they're cold, let me tell ya. And I don't mean because of the weather. So you go in, you ask for an application, they're gonna ask you for your ID and for proof of address, which could be anything. It could be bank statements, letters, address to your house, but it has to be within the past 3 months. It can't be from another year. And that's where all of this starts getting chaotic. I keep getting my hair in my mouth. I mean, come on, man. Stop doing this to me. So when you apply, they're going to ask you for this proof of address. But I made a mistake. I went in and gave proof of address for, I think, 2021. And I mean, we're already in 2022, so if you don't have that, you can't fill an application at all, meaning you gotta come back another day. And we all know, everyone that's in South Africa, you know them Home Affairs lines and traffic department lines, they're not beautiful. So I was immediately mad, walked outside. Luckily we had one that was just a few months before in the car, so I took that one, went back in, because I mean, these ladies don't care. They don't care. They don't go, okay, it's okay, we can still do this, and then you just bring it back, we'll just take the one you currently have. Like, I mean, if I'm giving you this one from a year ago, do you think I moved somewhere else in the past how many months? I mean, that would have been nice, but I didn't. So basically, yes, please make sure you have that, otherwise you will not be approved for application. That was the first thing. Once your application's approved, they give you this little, how can I explain? It's basically 2 pages, maybe even more, but it's a few pages. And basically you have to fill out your information, your name, surname, second name, ID. Do you have to fill out your address? Look, there's so many blocks on there. Best to describe it, it looks like one of those worksheets you get during your matric finals, because it has all of those blocks. It has dumbass questions. Well, not questions, basically shit they want you to fill out. But yeah, I'm still eating hair. Funny how I got you cut so short. I mean, it's grown, and I'm still eating hair. So you get your application, fill out your details, then they're going to have you sit and wait for an eye test. And it's not that hectic, I would have to say. I was quite nervous because I thought, oh Lord, I've never done an eye test in my life. I've never even gone to get a free eye test at one of those Specsavers or things, basically places that they give you spectacles and what. I never did an eye test, so I didn't know what to expect. I was like, are you gonna show me images? Are you gonna show me videos? Am I supposed to just identify a dot? I don't know. But what they did was, I have to identify this E, and then you have to indicate whether the E is upside down or to the side or blah blah blah, basically. Then there's also, we have to identify this light. The light will blink on your left side, then you have to indicate it was on the left side. If it blinks on the right, same old. So that wasn't too hectic. I think it's more hectic that you haven't done it before, so it makes you more anxious. But once you've done it, you're like, okay, why was I anxious about that? But I feel like it's just because of the test aspect. If we didn't have to think of it as a test, whereas if you do this test and you fail it, you have to redo it. I think the sense that you could fail it makes you more anxious. I mean, if it just had to be like, oh no, it's just protocol, you just have to look into the thing and we'll just continue, then you would probably be like, okay, cool. Not in the sense that you could fail it, it's just that if you have really bad eyesight and your results from that eye test comes out very badly, you will not be able to do your learner's license at all. This is what I assume, because I mean, we got a lot of people on the road that have their driver's license and y'all act like you can't see anybody else but yourself. But that's that. Now that you've done all of that, I think it's about 33 Rand or something. No, 33 Rand is how much you pay for your learner's license certificate. Sorry, there is a certain amount, just bring 100 Rand with you just to be safe. There is a certain amount you pay after applying for your learners, just to do like a deposit, like to book your spot for your appointment basically. And they'll give you a date and a time. I can't tell you that it would be even in the next week. I mean, the one I got was I booked late June and I got a spot mid-September. So it really depends. It really depends on where you go, how many spots they have available in the next few weeks, months. I do not want to say year, but These people be crazy sometimes. Fast forward to a couple of months. I go there. My appointment was at 11 in the morning. So, and there was load shedding. There was going to be, the one day there was supposed to be load shedding, there wasn't load shedding. I think that day we had load shedding from 4 till 6. I think. I can't remember. This was like weeks ago. I think we had load shedding 4 till 6. So I woke up roughly 7 and wait, no, we had load shedding 2 till 4. I'm now thinking back. We had load shedding 2 till 4 because I only went to sleep. We actually had load shedding earlier because I remember I went to sleep at 4. Which makes sense. It makes a lot of sense now. I had been up that previous night watching a couple of YouTube videos, just revising all of the different signs, road rules, you know, the gist. And I think I was busy with that from 8 till 10. 8 till 10 because then I fell asleep, and from 10 till midnight was load shedding, if I'm not mistaken. Then I woke up as soon as the power came on, so that was about 12:30 the evening. This is very crazy with all the power outages, but welcome to our lives. So yeah, 12:30 the evening I woke up. I went over all those videos again until 4 the morning and went to sleep, because then the power went off 4 till 6. And I woke up I think it's 7. I think I woke up at 7, roughly about an hour after the power went on, so I could watch more of those videos again. And make sure that if you don't want to do the revising on YouTube and you'd rather use the book, then go ahead, use the book. I mean, I'm not gonna say use YouTube. There's so many things you can do. You can watch YouTube, you can read the book, and you can use the app. Me personally, I prefer the app because I don't know, I prefer the app because it has everything there. I don't have to page, you know. Plus, everything in the app is exactly in the test. I can't say for sure about the book, but the questions are exactly the same. It's just, like, for example, the controls, exactly the same. I just can't say the same for the road rules and the road signs, because some of them can be quite tricky. So I can't exactly say memorize them. Like, okay, memorize them. Maybe they're the same. I don't know. But yeah. So that's that. So I get dressed. I get ready. Do a couple of the last few tests on my app before leaving with an Uber to get to the traffic department. And keep in mind, my appointment was at 11 and I had the thought, maybe I should get here at 10 because you never know what's gonna happen. Let me tell you, this is where the chaos started. I get to the traffic department, I go to the lady, and she asked for my ID. I get my ID. She asked for my proof of address. And I'm thinking to myself, why? Because I said to her, I'm here for my learner's test. And she was just thinking, okay, let me just assume you meant something else. Hands me an application. Says, sit down by the waiting side for your eye test. I'm already so out of it. I'm not even thinking straight. I'm just thinking, okay, let me just get to this damn test, get it over with, and go home. I'm sitting here and I sat there for give or take 10 minutes. Before I realized, hey, something's wrong. Because I'm looking at this thing and I'm going, but this is an application. Why do I need to get an eye test? I already got an eye test. But I don't want to go back because the person before me was screaming at this woman. Basically told her to do her job and that she was doing it wrong and what. I mean, it wasn't wrong. But why yell? Anyways, never okay to yell. It's never okay to yell. So I basically am beyond annoyed at this point. And one of the ladies in the eye test rooms comes out and I call her. I say, excuse me, I could be wrong, but am I supposed to do an eye test before my learner's test? Because that doesn't make sense. And she goes, oh, you're here for your learner's test? I said, yeah, the lady in the front said I have to sit here and wait for my eye test. And she goes, oh, no, you're here for your learner's test. That means you mustn't do an application. You've already done an eye test. Takes my application, gives me the page that was inside and goes, no, go upstairs. That's a testing center. I know that's a testing center. But the lady said I must sit here, So now, before all that happened, there was 25 minutes lost. Because of the proof of address. Lo and behold, the proof of address that I had in this envelope that we've been keeping for months was the same home address thing that was in 2021. So I had to call my Uber. I had to go back home, basically destroy our filing system just to find one thing. That was 3 months at least. Finally, I get it. I have to go all the way back just for all of this to happen and to go up to the testing center. As I got up to the testing center, it's probably about 10 to 11. So, all of this craziness took very long. And then it became more frustrating. We turned out to not be writing at 11. We were supposed to start writing at 11:15. 11:15 comes around. Still no word. Nothing. And there's so many of us sitting there. Then, at 20 minutes past, a guy arrives, goes to his office. Still nothing. 25 minutes past. Nothing. past. They let us in. They have us sit alphabetically. All of the signs and basically all of the signs and images and whatever that you would need to look at, it's already on your desk. Everyone's sitting, chilling. They assign you light motor vehicles one side, heavy motor vehicles other side, blah 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 blah. He explains the rules, explains which certain numbers you have to tick off that you're going to do. If you are doing light motor vehicles, you're not going to be doing the same questions as heavy motor vehicles. Doesn't that make sense? Yeah. So we basically started at 34 minutes past 11. And when you do the test, you're supposed to have an hour. You'll understand why I'm annoyed about this in a bit. You're supposed to have an hour. So he said at 34 minutes past, I know it is 25 minutes to, but I don't care. 34 minutes past 12. That wasn't the case. So I think the girl that finished before me had her test done before, because she was quick. It was insane. Oh, yes, definitely. No, because she got one wrong. Out of all of her questions, she got one wrong. And granted, I had been doing the app over the years, but not to that extent. But anyways, so she finished first, she went out, I finished second, I went out, and if you sign, that means you passed. I was so in denial about the whole situation that I didn't actually accept that I passed until 2 days later. I was just so sure. I was just so sure that if I pass, cool. If I fail, cool. I'll just have to come back in a couple months. That's all. I just told myself, you know, don't get excited, don't freak out. Because I already know my mom am going to freak out if I pass. So I could just take off, you know, from that energy. I didn't have to give it myself, because keep in mind I was running on less than 5 hours sleep. So we didn't have a lot of energy. Now, the same problem I had with this learner's test, I had with my finals. When you finish in the first 5, you have to sit there for so long. I think I finished, let's see, 25-2 we started. I think 12:15 I finished. And it gets 34 minutes past, and they're still pretty much the entire other half of the class still, right? And he basically let them continue until they finished. And keep in mind that he has to mark everything right then and there. So as soon as you finish, you give it to him, he marks everything, then you can walk out. So not only did they have to write longer, you still had to mark every single one of their papers before you let them out. Yeah. We didn't move anywhere until 1:20. And that was because they said we had to sit in this other section just to wait, and we had to wait there until 1:20. Then he let us go downstairs and we had to sit there and wait again, another 20 minutes. So we sat there, we waited another 20 minutes. They asked us alphabetically again to pay a 33 Rand for issuing of our learner certificate. Another 15 minutes goes by. Then he walked in with our learner certificates. Thank God I was first on the list, so I could get mine, pay, and go. But it was very chaotic, I have to say. And it's been probably 2 weeks now, maybe even less, but it still hasn't stuck in my head that I passed. Because you kind of, I always say, expect disappointment and you won't be disappointed. So I just expected horrible results. So the fact that I did very well, it's not up here, it's not there. But that's all I have for you guys today. It was a chaotic process, but it's worth it. It's worth it. As soon as you get it, you have your learner's license for 2 years, and in that time, go get your driver's license. Get it done. I'm getting mine as soon as possible, let me tell you. So that's that. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I will be making more videos. I can't say when, but I will be doing a video actually about every single thing that I'm doing, so that'll keep you up to date. But don't forget, when you subscribe, there's a little bell that pops up, so click on that bell, because I don't have a fixed time when I'm going to be uploading. So to avoid missing a video, click on that. It literally, as soon as you go into your YouTube app, it'll pop up, so and so posted a new video. Don't miss it. Bye.